Hello everybody, my name is Sirhc and welcome back to Crash Landing. Behind me you see a design for a tunnel that I will be using for my base. Doesn't it look cool? Oh, I built it up here just because it's a little bit easier with all the space that I have, rather than digging out a space. And yeah, this is what I came up with for the tunnels. Pretty much all the tunnels are going to be like this, just so it's nice and simple and everything is all uniform. And in fact, I've already built one. Haha! Check it out. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so happy right now. Like, just kind of seeing the base come together, seeing the ideas that I had in my mind actually, being put into practice. Pretty awesome. I like it. So yeah, this is what we're going to have connecting all of our rooms. Got some nice micro-blocked glass covers on the bottom with pipes underneath so you can see the piping, which is going to be cool. I'm going to obviously get rid of the dust underneath there. Probably just have something like this kind of grate sort of texture. And by the way, these glass covers, you actually can't get these by default. You can't micro-block glass, chiseled glass, like the chisel variants, by default in Crash Landing. I don't know why, but it's not added. So you actually have to go into the configs for Crash Landing and add it in there. And the way you do that is there's a config in the config files, or in like the config folder called microblocks. And let's see, what is glass? And you have to add, let's see, let's actually look up chisel so we can see the glass variants. And you have to add this number to the list, the 2788 that's right behind glass. You want 2788 colon and then 1-15, 1 through 15. And that will add all of these into the micro blockable blocks, and you should be good to go. And then you can micro block the glass, because I love, this is my favorite thing, like this right here, having a grate type thing. And if I wasn't able to do that, I would have been very sad. If I had to do like a full block of glass and then the pipes underneath that, I think it wouldn't look as nice. So I made sure that I enabled that so that we have this cool effect here. And then I'm just using a combination of factory blocks and futuristic armor plating blocks. Factory blocks are super cheap and really nice to use. Those are only, let's see, factory block, these. It's 4 iron and 4 stone, and it gives you 32 blocks, which I think is ridiculous. Like, it's so many blocks for such a cheap thing, but I'm not going to complain because it's really nice. Because I went through actually a lot of them just on these short tunnels. And then the futuristic armor plating is 8 stone with an iron ingot, so there you get 8 for 8 plus iron. So you have to spend iron on that, but that's all right because I have tons of iron. And I don't want to like build up a huge stockpile of resources. I want to be using them, so here we are using them. Also, one other thing is, there's not a lot of light fixtures in this game that I really like. Not a lot of like ones that would fit in with the futuristic. So what I'm doing is just putting glowstone. There's a little glowstone nook back there, and the light actually goes through mica blocks. So kind of a cheaty way to do it, but it's all right. Everything's all lit up, and I don't have to worry. Although honestly, in this tunnel, there's no. I mean, in here they could spawn, but like inside the tunnel, there's nowhere where they could spawn because they wouldn't be able to spawn here with the blocks there, and this is all glass, so they wouldn't be able to spawn on there. But anyways, first thing we're going to be working on today is we're going to make something for our water. I made a bunch of camel packs, and we're going to do something so that we can easily refill our camel packs, because I'm sick of crafting stuff all the time. And also, a couple episodes I tried to craft this liquid crafter, And it turns out I was trying to use books that I had gotten from the city, I think from breaking bookshelves, and those had a damage value, I think of 7, and for some reason they don't work. It doesn't recognize the damage value, so you have to actually craft your own books. So now we have a liquid crafter, which is fantastic. So let's see, let's just try and build it here. We're gonna use the machine inventory manager, the Steve's Factory stuff that we played around with last time. And let's see, how do we want to do this? We're going to need the factory manager. We're going to need the armor stand. And we're going to need liquid crafter. And let's put some cabling underneath here. I've figured out parts of this already, but I haven't actually figured out the whole thing. So hopefully this goes pretty smoothly. And then we need a chest. Do I not have a chest? Did I not make a chest? How embarrassing. Let me get some wood here. Should have plenty of wood over here. And one more. Let's just make a quick chest. That's all that we need. And while we're down here, let's grab this water barrel. You can break these, and they maintain their water. Just like the extra utilities generators, you can break these and they'll maintain their charge. So that's pretty nice. Let's just put the water barrel there, and fluid duct going into the water. Let's see, redstone ignored. And this should be filling up with water. Very good. I wonder if we even need the... Like, does it actually need to be pumped in there? I don't know. Who cares? That'll work. Alright. So, and then chest, of course. Let's just put the chest up on top of here for now. This isn't necessarily the configuration that I'm going to do, but as long as everything's connected with the cables, it shouldn't really matter how you do it. So we're going to want to create a trigger, and interval is going to be 1 second because we want this thing to be constantly checking. I hope it doesn't really create lag when it checks. I don't know if it will or not. If we do have a problem, because one thing is I'm going to have these like all around the base so that I can go wherever and fill up my water. So I guess if it does create lag, if somehow I can figure out that it is creating lag, then we might want to put some sort of redstone input that turns it on, like a pressure plate. But anyways, we want a trigger, and then we want a condition. And our condition is we're going to check the armor stand for a camel pack. Now, one tricky thing with this is you can only specify a precise damage, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice if you could specify a whole range, because it basically a not full camel pack ranges from damage value of 1 all the way up to 99. And let's actually go down and oh wait, my water's up there now. Let's go in here. Actually, we could program this in right now. If we do this, get our camel pack, and if we do this, actually we just need one of these filled, I guess, and then this, and then we just have to, I guess, give this a redstone signal. Do I have any stone or a lever? I didn't think this through. I do have some stone in this chest. Let's make a button real quick. And craft. We have a camel pack. Awesome. Okay. And then let's get rid of that. Alright. So, since we can't check... It'd be nice if we could check to see if there is a camel pack that is not full in here. But what we can do is we can check to see if there is a camel pack that is full. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to do a precise detection with damage value 0. So that means we're checking to see if there's a full camel pack on this armor stand. Now, if there is a full camel pack on this armor stand, we don't have to do anything because that means that there's a full camel pack ready for us to grab and switch out with our empty one. Now, if there isn't a full camel pack, then we want to move the camel pack that is on the armor stand to, let's see, we'll want to move the camel pack. Actually, it shouldn't matter. We should just be able to blacklist nothing because we're just going to have the camel pack on there. And we're going to want to move that to the liquid crafter. Now, I don't think there's any side. We don't have to worry about sides for this, so we can just do down activate. So that's going to move an empty camel pack into the liquid crafter. And then, actually, we might not even need this chest. Maybe we do. And then we need to emit a redstone signal. And I'm hoping that this works the way I want it to. Emitters, like that. Do a pulse. It just needs to be a 1-tick pulse. And the sides, we'll just constrain it to the up. So that's going to emit a redstone pulse because we have the emitter down here. Emit a redstone pulse into the liquid crafter. And then we want to move a camel pack from the liquid crafter. Down activate and camel pack. And precise detection, we want a damage value of 0 and amount of 1. And then, let's see. So that will move. Now, I'm thinking we could just not have the chest and we could move the camel pack to the armor stand. But that might take a little bit of time for... Let's see. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, that should work. So we should just be able to move this full camel pack to the armor stand, and then it'll be ready for us. So let's try this. Down, activate. That should be everything then. So it's going to check to see if there's a full camel pack on here. We're going to have to do some stuff to get this thing ready. Let's put a camel pack in here. And let's craft a full one. And then let's put the full one on here. And then that should be all we have to do to get it set up. So now if we connect everything, I think this will work. Hopefully. So, let's see. All right. So we have a full camel pack on here. My camel pack isn't quite empty, but that's okay. We can switch it out. So if we shift right click on here, it will switch our camel pack with the full one. So we'll get the full one and the armor stand will get the empty one. And it's going to be checking to see if there is a full one on the armor stand. And at that point when we switch, there will no longer be a full one. So it's going to move the camel pack on the armor stand to the liquid crafter, and then it's going to send a redstone signal into the liquid crafter, and it's going to craft a full one, and then it's going to move the full one to the armor stand if this works correctly. So right now it shouldn't be doing anything because this is full, and if we right click, we switched and we have a full one there. So it looks like it worked. I believe. It seems to have worked. So we have, you know, it's at 98 right now. If we switch, we got a full one, and on here there's a full one. I kind of wasted water there because it's using 4 buckets of water each time, but that's okay. But this thing seems to be working, so that means we do not need the chest, which is good. Kind of saves on the space that we need for this. So there is our water switcher. Very simple, very easy. I like it. This Steve's Factory stuff is super cool, and I love it. Super powerful. We'll definitely have to find a lot of things that we can use these blocks for. And switch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Did it work? Oh yes, it did. Haha, I love it. I love it. Although I don't know why I crafted 2. That's weird. I put just a bunch of all the empty camel packs that I had made just in there. Mainly for storage. They're not really needed there, as we saw earlier. But anyways, we're going to work on some power. Actually get some power going. I cleaned up the mess that was down there, and it's all ready to get hooked up. But first I want to get our power room situated, which our first power room is going to be right here. This is going to be our charcoal power room. And let's see, got some barrels, some some tubes. And the first thing I'm going to do is have basically just a wood storage right here. So we're going to just put some barrels going like that. Actually, not the top one. I just want 4 here. There we go. Because I might have some sort of block on top of that so that there's kind of like a different ceiling here or something. Not entirely sure yet. But yeah, we're just going to keep this room 4 high. And then right now I'm just going to have 1 redstone furnace because I think that's pretty much all that we need. These furnace generators burn the coal very slowly, or the charcoal very slowly. So we're just going to use 1 furnace. If we need more furnaces, we can easily put them in here. And let's turn all these to output. And then we need pneumatic servos. And pneumatic servos all installed. Very good. Ignored, 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 and ignored. So that's going to go into here. We'll have an input on the right side. And output on the left should work. Yeah. I'll just turn all these other ones off. And then we'll need to take down parts of these walls. Hopefully there's stuff. Okay, yeah, there's stuff above that, so it doesn't fall all the way down. I don't think there's anything above here, so that kind of sucks. It's my least favorite thing about crash landing is all the dust and the fact that it all falls on you. It's not nighttime, right? That's good, at least. Do I have cobble? Maybe we'll just block this off with this for now. There we go. Just in case. Alright, so then we got item duct. And I guess for now we'll just do this. And the wall will kind of cover that up. I can use some micro blocks to cover that up. And then I have 8 furnaces right now. That's all that I could really make with the logic expansion cards that I have. But that should be plenty for the time being. And 2 of them are already fully charged, so that's kind of nice. Alright, so we have items there. Those items need to get put into the furnaces. And we will... Let's see. Should I go over top? I'm going to have the item ducts on the outside here, and then I'm going to have power on the inside. And I'm thinking for right now we'll just stick these right here. Do that, and then maybe we'll stick the ears here. We could have like a whole wall of energy cells. I'm not entirely sure what all we're gonna do here. Actually, I kind of want to put more furnace generators on this wall and maybe put those over there. So maybe we should just move those over there for now. The thing is, I don't know how much power we're going to need. And also, this is just one of the like power rooms. This is just the charcoal room. I plan on having other power rooms, like I want to have some solar power somewhere. I want to use reactant dynamos with like mob drops or something. We can use some ender generators with using ender pearls. We can't use lava. I was told that there you can't. Let's see. I think the magmatic dynamo. Yeah, the magmatic dynamo has been removed. Right? Yeah, we just have compression, steam, and reactant dynamos. And the lava generator you can't craft, which is right here. Can't craft that one. Which is alright, because that'd be pretty OP since you can easily get lava from cobblestone and crucibles. So let's just... Maybe we'll actually have the... Well, let's just put this above for now. I was thinking maybe we'll put them behind, but that means I have to dig out a bunch of dust, and I don't feel like doing that right now, honestly. And we'll disconnect those like that. Alright, and then underneath, where's my shovel? Let's dig. Maybe we'll just put it, the cable underneath and go like straight across. But then this elevator's in the way, so you'd have to go underneath that, but that's not really a big deal. And yeah, let's move these over to that wall. So let's pick all those up. And this will go across and underneath, just like that. We'll bring the cable down. There we go. And then let's do this. And we'll do a tower of energy cells. Like that. Actually, let's put the redstone energy cell on top there, just because I want to. That's mainly the only reason. I'll do that, and then that, and then that. And then we want inputs on the bottom and outputs on the top. So input, output, input, output, input, output, input, output, and then I guess we'll disconnect the sides too, because I kind of just want towers going up, although we could connect the sides. I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now, so we're just gonna disconnect the sides like that, and then we'll have power cable go up, and that is going to be the power cable that connects to the base. So somehow we actually need to connect it over to that power cable. Okay, so now all we should have to do is hook this up. So let's see, we need to put something in between there so that it doesn't connect. Where is my chest? This chest has a bunch of building materials. Oh, and I actually have some. Maybe we'll just grab one of these. A little cover, we can put that right there, and that will separate the pipes so that that item duct doesn't connect to this item duct. Then we can do this, and we'll install a pneumatic servo. We will whitelist oak wood and ignored. And I was thinking that I would start right away, but we still need to do output. Now it's going to pull out all of the wood. And then also I'm going to add in, wow, things just got laggy. I'm going to add in a barrel for apples real quick, just because we're going to get backed up with those pretty quickly. So let's grab an apple. Oh man, this tree farm just got real laggy. It's working hard right now. Ignored, and oh yeah, output. And there we go. So now we got apples in here, and logs should be heading over to here. I had the power connected. It's kind of weird. Not sure. I might do something different with the power connection. And then I have it going down this hallway because it's going to continue on. And I also hooked it up to the furnace here. So let's see. The wood should be going. Yep, it's going into the furnace. Looks like it's just getting there. And then that's making charcoal. And we need to change this to output. And then we don't need a pneumatic servo there because the furnace automatically pushes the charcoal out, exports it out. And so that's going to start filling up these. And I don't know if we can really change it. Maybe if we do this. It doesn't even allow me to do the round robin. There we go. I think it has to be on the output. I don't know if that will help. I'd like it to like evenly disperse the charcoal, but these pipes don't like to do that. So it's probably gonna put all the charcoal in that first one, and then fill up that one, and then it will fill them up in succession, which is all right. And yeah, this thing is going real quick, creating lots of charcoal, and this thing, I guess it burns in 14 seconds, so we might need another furnace, which is all right. We can add in another furnace pretty easily later. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. But now we are generating power, and everything, the tree farm is all connected to here. So the tree farm is getting power, and then so this power line is going to go down through the tree farm, and then we'll probably just bring it up, and then we'll have another tunnel going that way, and that's how we'll connect it to things down that way. There'll pretty much always be a power line underneath the tunnels here. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. You know, we got some water situated, which I think we're about due for another water. Let's go do it again. It's just so exciting. Did it do it? It did. It's so fast. I love it. We got a new full one there. We got a full one there. And we got a full one on ourselves. This thing is really cool. Very happy. So next we'll probably, well, I might want to get some thermal expansion stuff set up now. Now that we have some power and we have our pneumatic craft stuff set up to create pneumatic craft things so that we can make machine frames. Because it'd be nice, for one thing, to get some hardened glass so that we can make some more kinetic compressors for the pneumatic craft stuff. And also just be able to do lots of things with the with the thermal expansion, like upgrade our pipes to like impulse pipes, or upgrade our power to redstone energy cells like we have on the top there. For those, we need a magma crucible to smelt down redstone. There's so many bats. When that whole tree farm was like built up, there's tons of dark spaces in there, and there was tons of mobs spawning in there, but they couldn't escape because they were trapped by the trees, so it was kind of funny. But there are so many bats everywhere, it's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Crash Landing. I hope you enjoy my tunnel. I think it's really cool. I really love this design. Very space agey and awesome and industrial. And yeah, I like it. So until next time, goodbye, peoples.